city of Kanawha Valley on this first Sunday of Advent. We begin our service with the ringing of the bell and the lighting of the Christ candle. We ring the bell and we light the candle as a reminder of the Christ light that shines in each and every one of us. You will find the opening statement on the inside of your bulletin, and repeat that with me, please. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. Just sit with that truth for just a moment. Breathe it into your heart. And then repeat it with me once more. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. Our songs this morning are led by Ron and accompanied by Jeff.
Good morning. Would you please stand and we'll sing Surely the Presence, which is right inside your front cover. Surely the presence of our God is in this place. I can feel his mighty power and his grace. I can hear the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on his face. Surely the presence of our God is in this place. Surely the presence of our God is in this place. I can feel her mighty power and her grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on his face. Surely the presence of our God is in this place. And number 272, please. It's December. That means all Christmas hymns, all the touch their heart. Thanks for the enthusiasm. We're only going to do the first two verses.
It's still a great song, great song. Yes, yes. So we welcome you here on this first Sunday of Advent. And Sky, we have some newcomers.
Oh, yeah, we've got some folks. Well, let's see, we got Jacob from Vegas. It's here. He won the lottery, and he said, come to us for this. Jacob is, Ellen.
Amy.
Amy's. I got your name, though. Amy's son. And he works there. Yeah, we're great to have you here. We got some military folks here as well. And we got, now it's not Jacob, it's the folks from
Chris.
The blues folks from St.
Chris and Loretta.
Loretta and
Chris.
Chris. Welcome, and it's great to have you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So right after the service today, head downstairs. We're having a potluck. It doesn't matter if you brought anything. According to Sky, you bring your smile. And according to Unity Principles, there is always enough. So please join us downstairs right after that. I saw Laura downstairs busily making everything look beautiful, so I can't wait. Also, after the service on Sundays, you can join the UKV Zoom room and join the people who watch us on Zoom. They always have a lively discussion about what was spoken about on that particular day. On Thursday nights, we also have a book study group that meets on Zoom at 8 o'clock. This month, we are collecting gifts for the children at the Sojourner Shelter. If you bring those in, you can place them under the tree, and then those will be delivered on December 17th. So it's a week before Christmas, so plan ahead for that. And they've got the ages of the kids who are currently there at the shelter. Ron Soul's open mic night is going to be Friday, December 8th. Do you want to talk about that, or just... I get to do it, okay. It starts at 7:30. Performers sign up at 7. General admission is $5 if you're a senior or a student or a performer. It's only $2. So it's a great evening of entertainment. And that's downstairs in the activity room. Our candle lighting service will be on Wednesday, December 13th at 7 o'clock. We will be lighting 13 different candles, I guess. 12 plus the Christ, yeah. 12 candles plus the Christ candle, so that's 13. And we need volunteers to help us to do that. So if you're going to be here, it's a great way to participate in the program. Just let Pam know you would like to be a candle lighter. And then on the 27th at 7 o'clock, we will have a winter solstice concert. The Tickets for that, if you buy them in advance, are $20. If you buy them at the door, it's $25. And this concert benefits Covenant House. So I also have a burning bowl service, will be Sunday, January 7th, and our soup sale Saturday, February 3rd. Can't wait for that. And I've had two people tell me they wanted to announce something. So briefly here, Kimmy, tell us your event.
Okay. Well, first of all, I wanted to thank all of you that prayed for my son, and even if he didn't, he's doing much better. He's back in his group home, but he has schizophrenia, so he was pretty not good for a while. We didn't know where he was or anything. So thank you for all your prayers and thoughts. The other thing is I have a concert in Hurricane on December 12th, which is a Tuesday at 7 o'clock. I put it up over there on the bulletin board. If anybody would care to come, we'd love to have them. So if you're wandering around Tuesday and don't have anything to do, come over. It starts at 7.
Thank you. And then Linda also had an event she wanted to tell us about.
Hello, Women's Song Concert is coming up this Saturday, yay, at Christ Church Memorial Church at 7:30, and it's going to be great as always. We have drummers, we have a flute player, and we have an accordion this year.
That's either going to get people there or just turn them away. I don't know which, Linda, I don't know which.
No banjos.
Okay, well, that's all the announcements we have, so I will turn it over to Sky.
All right. Thank you so much, Janet. And if you happen to be on Zoom, if you wouldn't mind coming on, we've got a lot of Zoomers who are on without their faces, but just for a minute, I just want to hassle you for a minute, but good morning. Welcome, bienvenidos, shalom, assalamu alaikum, namaste, aloha, buongiorno, and calamete. The light in me greets the light in you. My name is Sky Kirshner. I want to welcome you to Unity of Kanawha Valley Live and also online. Thank you for being with us from wherever you are. We have our retired roaster rest stop revelry going on downstairs. Greg Thaxton is in the house. Greg, if you didn't catch up on my email, voluntarily surrendered. Is that a good word for it? That's a good. He released, right? I mean, it's a spiritual thing, right? You let go. He released his driver's license this in November, and we want to celebrate him for helping our community out. We always warn people when one of our kids gets their license, and now we want to celebrate it when one of our elders releases her license. So let's hear it again for Greg. And please join us downstairs for the Silver Streaks, yeah, whatever. Oh, potholes and potluck luncheon. That's what I'm calling it, right. There will be an after party on Zoom for those of you who are Zoomers and have lunch with each other on Zoom. Thank you for coming on. I wanted to ask you to come on so that we could I could let you know that one of our Zoom members, a full member of our church here at Unity, Pete Sternhoff, passed away yesterday. We just got word, Pam told me this morning, one of his friends called, and yeah, surprising. Pete has been in our Zoom calls and just about every week, so yeah, and I appreciate the surprise on your faces, and you might have heard the surprise here in the live room. So thank you for holding him in the light. I'm guessing he probably didn't suffer, which is a good thing, and we know that Pete lived a very long and very satisfied life. So we'll more about how we will be remembering and honoring his life and service to the community as we roll that out. I imagine that's a shock for folks, so thank you. And Ernie, I guess that will be part of the discussion afterwards, and I'll come in for the part of that as well. All right. This week, I will be talking about Jesus 101, Jesus is born. Let's start with the beginning. Next week, Mary Beth Beller, something to do with imperfection.
That would summarize me.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be talking about finding gratitude in the negative.
That's it, finding gratitude in the negative. Thank you for that. Unity of Kanawha Valley is a pretty unique place. We promote the idea that the light of God, the spirit of love, is within you. Nothing you've done can change that fact. Nothing that's been done to you can change that fact. This is a fact, we believe, of your existence. The spirit of love is within you. Sometimes we call it the light of God. Sometimes we call it the Christ within you. It's all the same idea. And that by practicing going within and resting within, you can discover this love. This love is at the source of all life and all love and everything there is in the universe. If you came here today to learn about the spirituality and practices of Jesus, to learn to be more accepting and loving, you are probably in the right place. We have a smorgasbord philosophy here: take what you like and leave the rest. Today we will be thinking about the birth of Jesus as the only Son of the Father. Hold on to your hats if you have a problem with that phrase. It will get worse and then it will get better. Affirmative prayer is a central part of what we're about, so let's do that right now. Would you soften your gaze, close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Notice what happens inside your body when you let a smile come to your face. Notice how that changes how you feel right now. And would you say to yourself, I am a unique child of the universe. I am a unique child of the universe. The universe and I are one. The universe and I are one. And if you would, imagine you are holding your higher self, or holding someone you love, maybe someone you've lost. Or you could imagine holding the Christ child, the little baby Jesus. Look that person in the eye. Let gratitude for that person fill your heart. And would you say to them, thank you for loving me today. Thank you for loving me today. All right, so before our favorite part of the service, I want to ask Zoe. I see Zoe's here. Is that Zoe there? No, that's not Zoe. Kate, what's the name of your daughter? Arden. Hey, Arden. It's good to see you. Would you and this other one? Tegan and her dog Ebony. I've got the sidekicks today. I don't have, so Ebony, would you, Tegan, and do you want to come up, Arden, just for a second? We're gonna do something fun here, because this is everybody's favorite moment. So would everybody else please stand? Come on up here and face everybody. Would you give a big yawn? Let's show a big yawn and a big stretch. All right, and now balance on one foot. Yes, yes, stay there. This is the main way to prevent having a fall, right? Okay, and the other foot, good job, you guys. Or falling in a friendly place. Let's call it falling in a friendly place. All right, thank you very much. And would you find somebody nearby, especially if they're sitting by themselves, and would you say to them, thank you for loving me today, and go and give a smile to some people out there, okay? Thank you for loving me today.
Thank you all for loving me today.
Well, I want to thank each of you for being here today. I want to thank the kids for walking around and giving people big smiles. Wasn't that fun? I want to thank you for being here today, whether you're here on Zoom or live. Your being here today is part of the world that we're creating together. Every small thing you do today makes a difference in your life and in the life of those around you. Okay, now I've got a question for you. I'm a little bit colorblind. This one's red. What is this? It's pink. Okay. Mauve. I was thinking fuchsia maybe, but fuchsia, okay, okay. There are some red t-shirts still available on the thing. Oh, how are the bathrooms doing downstairs? Oh, one is working. Okay, I had been told that both were out, so use the bathroom before you go downstairs and maybe check out a red t-shirt on the way. I want to thank, where am I? We've got who rang the bell today? Danny. Danny, thank you for ringing our bell. And in closing, I want to encourage you to spend some time in silence every day. And I want to remind you that God is our source. The pen is in your hand, and a new day is dawning for us all. And because Advent is started, our prayer chaplain, Janet Prince, is going to give us a meditation on Advent, and then the kids and I are going to talk about what the heck is going on up here on this table.
Today for Advent is hope and faith. So just turn your focus within, relax your body, breathe gently, breathe deeply. Find your own natural rhythm. Your shoulders drop. Your jaw loosens. Tension drains away as your muscles soften. As your mind relaxes, all thoughts drift away. Calm and clear, you embrace this truth. I stand firm in my faith, happy and thankful. I am grateful for the power of faith, the energy that carries me forward. By faith, I perceive the truth that I am worthy of all good things. I trust that good, seen and unseen, is unfolding in my life. Faith expands my vision to see new possibilities. Faith empowers me to think, speak, and act to make the possible real. Anchored in faith, I hold steady when events seem overwhelming. I rise above worry and doubt, trusting in the spiritual power that is my source. trusting.
No, it's
By faith, I see a brighter picture than what lies before me. My load is lightened as I open to divine guidance and intuitive knowing. I am confident in the truth that is not yet manifested, for I know I am ever supported. My steps are sure. My direction is clear. My path is illuminated. Inspired and encouraged, I walk by faith, knowing all is truly well. I am grateful for the uplifting power of faith. So as we light the Christ candle and the candle for faith today, repeat with me this affirmation: I have faith. I am faith. I am God's goodness in expression. And so it is.
Thank you, Janet. The daily words for today, Sunday, December 3rd, 2023, no shocker here, are hope and faith. And today's affirmation, I have hope and faith that this mic will continue to work. Today's serious affirmation, my hope leads me to deepen in faith. As Advent season begins, I feel a quickening, a renewal deep within me as I embark upon the spiritual journey that leads up to Christmas. Over the year, I may have hoped for lasting peace, greater love, or abiding joy. But as I have grown spiritually, I have learned to look for those things within, to claim them as aspects of my own divinity. Once I do that, I will begin to see them manifest in my life. Faith is how I begin to bring my hopes to life. Like my other divine gifts, I always have faith. It's up to me to decide how to use it. When I choose to believe that peace will blanket the earth, that love will heal our hearts, and that joy will bring harmony to the world's people, I am using the power of my faith to bring those visions to vivid life. And today's scripture from the book of John, chapter 1, verse 5, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it.
This is not an official Christmas song, but I've appropriated it from Louis Armstrong because of the message. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day, the the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky. On the faces of the people passing by, I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I will ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky. With the faces passing by, I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I see babies crying. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I will ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Thank you.
Well, that was fabulous. All right, Arden, Zoe, Arden and Ebony and Tegan, would you guys come up for a second? Again, Arden's gone. All right, we lost another one. Another one bites the dust. All right, so do you notice anything different about the church today?
There is a tree.
There is a tree?
Stable with a bunch of people.
A stable with a bunch of people, yes. Anything else?
There's candles on it.
Candles on it, yeah. Arden, perfect timing. We're just talking about like what's different, what's new about the church today. Tegan says there's a tree, there's a stable, there are people on the table, there are candles. And let's take a look at this. So, whoop, we're gonna go over to this side. Yeah, so who do we have here? Who are these people?
There's a lamb.
A lamb? Oh, there's Jesus, right. Where's Jesus? Nice, good. He's a baby, yeah. Do you know when his birthday is?
Christmas.
Oh, very good, Tegan. And let's see if Tegan remembers our class from last year. How many years ago was that?
I don't know.
Oh, too bad. All right. We'll have to do another class on that one. All right. Anything else you noticed there?
I know The mother,
Oh, the mother. Yeah, where's the mother?
right there.
Okay, this one's a shepherd. Do you know how you know?
There's a sheep.
There's a sheep on his neck. This weird place to put a sheep, a little baby sheep. I think this one here is the mother. Does anybody remember her name?
Mary.
Yeah, we call her Mary, and the dad?
Dad is right there.
The dad's right there. Excellent. And we call the dad Joseph. Fantastic. You guys are brilliant. Let's go over here and sit down for a minute so I can get away from this feedback and the fire. Yeah, that's the best part of Christmas. You guys kidding me? Okay, we've got Jesus here as well. The little baby Jesus. Okay. Yeah. All right. So today we're just getting ready for Christmas. Usually all sorts of things happen as we get ready for Christmas. So, oh, you love that little baby, don't you, Arden? Yeah, beautiful. All right, so let's close our eyes for a second and we'll take a nice deep breath and we'll just listen to the sound of the bell here. Mother, Father God, we give thanks for these children and for the child in each and every one of us. Amen. All right, thanks for coming. And you can go back with your folks and we'll see you later. You can take the baby Jesus with you if you want. Yeah. I mean, it's so sad that the baby Jesus is alone all night in this building. Yeah, but bring him back at the end of the service, okay? Okay, good. By the way, I want to thank everybody for who came to help Green and what's that?
Can I go down with this baby?
Can you do what?
Can I go down with this baby?
Yes, you could go down with this baby. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Just trying to figure out go down. How? Okay. Oh, by the way, these affirmations. Write these affirmations I ask you to write. The church, this is for the SOAR group with folks who have HIV and are, intravenous drug users and stuff. We're meeting on December 20th. The Kanawha United Presbyterian is going to put together 150 gift baskets. And they heard about the affirmation project and they said, hey, could you all come up with 150 affirmations to put one in each basket? So there's part of your task. You've got a 3x5 cards in the pew in front of you. So you could make it really simple, or you could take it home and make it more elaborate if you want. So we'll put it here with the baby Jesus. So 150 of those, big order for 150. All right. Where are my jokes? Oh, here we are. Christmas is here. If you've got a cat, you know what that means. The cat's knocking all the balls and everything off the Christmas tree. Carol Proud told me that this is the main proof that the world is not flat, because if the world was flat, the cats would knock everything off of it. You have to have a cat to get that joke. Okay. Danny writes to me that the best eggs Benedicts are served in Alaska. Ron, do you know why? Because there's no place like Nome for the holidays. Yeah. And I said that wrong, because then he sent it back and he said, but wait, there's more. Do the residents of Nome serve eggs? Do you know why the residents of Nome serve eggs Benedict on automobile hubcaps? Because there's no plate like chrome for the hollandaise. All right. Yeah, there we go. All right, put your hand on your heart, please, and repeat after me. This is my heart. Through it, I am connected to my neighbor, to my source, and to myself. And I'm learning to trust it in all things. And I am grateful. Ron, that was a perfect song. That was a perfect song for today. So I want to talk about Jesus 101, Jesus from the point of view of unity. Most of us have been exposed to creedal churches and the creeds and the orthodox, actually literally orthodox, no quotes needed, orthodox beliefs about Jesus. And I want to just kind of lift up the contrast of what's going on here with unity, new thought, thinking about Jesus, who he is, and his place in the world and in our life. As you know, as you may know, the creedal churches, the Nicene Creed, I still remember it by heart. I bet some of you do. I believe in God the Father, the maker of heaven and earth, of all things visible and invisible. And I believe in one Lord Jesus Christ, the only begotten Son of the Father, born of the Father before all ages, God from God, light from light, true God from true God, begotten, not made, of one being with the Father. Through him all things were made. Sound familiar? Right. In unity, it's interesting how we interpret all of this. As you all know, unity doesn't have creeds. We have affirmations. We have things that we say to ourselves, beliefs that we want to have about ourselves. But there's no requirement to believe them. You're welcome to believe whatever you want. It doesn't matter. God is love no matter what you believe. Gravity works on you no matter whether you believe in gravity or not. Love is love is love is love. Jesus, a Jewish carpenter, yes, Jewish, right? Not a surprise for us, but from Nazareth, moved to Capernaum as an adult, had mystical experiences. He was a Jewish mystic. The Christ, when we call Jesus the Christ is a term, I think it's usually translated as the anointed one. And in unity, we think of Jesus as the Christ. So Jesus is the person. The Christ is the idea that he is a perfect image of what he was supposed to be. That he is a perfect image. Some would say a perfect image of what a person is. But I'd like to expand this in the way that Charles Fillmore expanded this. We are all made in the image of God. That doesn't mean that we look like God. God isn't a person up in the clouds and we're little beings, offsprings of God. We are made in the image, meaning we are made in the imagination of God. All of this world, this whole universe, is a dream that God is having. This is a thought in the mind. The universe is a thought in the mind of the universe. I don't know. With the image of who God has made us, I don't know what I wrote there. I can't decipher that. So we are made in the image of God, meaning that we are made in the image of love, that love is within us. It is written in our hearts. If you think about these amazing videos or these stories of child savants, right? How do we make sense of this? These 4-year-olds who can play, blind 4-year-olds who can play the piano, who can, do symphonies. These folks who have just amazing talents. Now, half the world says, well, yeah, that's easy to explain. Reincarnation, right? They knew how to play the piano before, they're reincarnated into this body, and now they know how to play. What's confusing about that, right? We here in the Western world have a harder time because how do we make sense of it, right? Reincarnation probably makes the best sense in terms of that. But if we think about all of us being savants in terms of being ourselves, each one of us has unique gifts. Some of them are obvious, like being able to play the piano at the age of 4. Others we kind of step into or we live into. These gifts are there within you. Nobody can be the you that you are. even Mary Beth with all of her imperfections. Nobody has the imperfections like you do, right? Which is why you and I are lovable, because we are imperfect in our own ways, and the light of God, the light of love, comes shining through anyway. So in unity, to say or confess that Jesus is Lord or that Jesus is the Christ is to say that you and I think that Jesus was a really good, some would say a perfect representation of the image of God that was within him. He was a guy who discovered with himself a light within, a love within. As Janet has taught me, he was a TARDIS. He's bigger on the inside than he was on the outside, right? And he is in unity, we would say he's the way shower. He shows, through his example, he shows us how we can find within ourselves the same light and same love. All right, we'll just go with this one. And what is it to be this perfect image of God? It's to be your unique self within you, the image of love that you are, the image of perfect love. So I like this idea of Ron has taught me that any song about love is a song about God. And we could go scriptural with that, because there is that scripture that says God is love. The word is like an equal sign. God equals love. If you say Jesus is God, well, Jesus equals love, so Jesus is love. I think of that song, How Can I Keep From Singing, with that verse, since love is Lord of heaven and earth. So when I'm in a more traditional church, a more Orthodox church, or if somebody's quizzing me, which sometimes people do, they say, what kind of Christian are you? They say, do you believe Jesus is Lord? And I say, yeah. I don't believe it the way they think that I believe it, or I don't believe it the way they do. I think, yeah, love is Lord of heaven and earth, right? So when we're singing these amazing hymns, you might consider that anything that you can say about Jesus can be said about love. Do you believe that Jesus is Lord? Do you believe that love is Lord? Do you believe that love creates miracles? Do you believe that love can heal the sick? Do you believe that love feeds 5,000 hungry people? Do you believe that love commands the multitudes to sit down and be quiet? And when you're singing your favorite Christmas hymns, or you're going to one of the concerts that our friends are going to be in, and you hear them singing about Jesus, you might think about, well, I wonder if that's true. I wonder if we could say these lyrics about love. Try using the word love whenever you use the word Jesus, right? Love was born on Jesus, on Christmas. And by the way, what raises the dead? Love. What can't be killed? Love. What is resurrected from the ashes after it's been suffered and beaten and tortured and crucified? Love. Chris, I understand you're a blues musician. Is that true? Yeah. And what gets resurrected after it's been beaten and tortured and crucified, and every blues song in the world has been written about it? Love. Yeah. Think of this in your life if this isn't true. Have you not at one point or another said to yourself, because you were deeply hurt, I'm never going to love again. I'm just not going to do this to myself. And then what happens, Sally? Somebody comes along, or you just get tired of not loving and you decide, okay, I can't help but just, Tegan just smiled at me, and all of a sudden my heart just opened, and all of a sudden I'm loving again. We've all been hurt at times, and we've thought, yeah, I'm not going to do that again. And yet here it comes again. This thing that never quits, that never dies. You try to push it down or quench it or exile it. I've done this for much of my life. I tried to push down and quench and exile the love that I had for my father. Why? Because I felt mistreated by him, right? And I didn't want to have those baby feelings towards him. And they kept coming back, and they kept coming back. I wasn't able to do it. Finally, I gave up, and I hated myself for loving him, but I finally decided, okay, I love him, right? Even though there was all that hurt. Love forgives all. We have turned it into a commandment to love your enemies, but today I want to say it's probably impossible not to love them. It's probably impossible not to love them because love never quits, love never dies. I'm not suggesting that this is how you should be. I'm saying this is how you already are, right? We're just putting to words something that may be true for all of us, that love keeps coming back. Every single thing that can be said about Jesus can be said about love. And guess what? Every single thing that can be said about love can be said about you. This is why we say that any song about love is a song about God. I would like to challenge you this week to find a song about love that isn't also a song about love, about God. So this thing about the only begotten Son, because a bunch of the hymns have that phrase from the Creed in there, and I wanted to share with you some of Charles Fillmore's idea about this. Charles Fillmore would say, "You are the only begotten Son of love. You are the only begotten Son of the Father." Love is the only begotten Son of the Father. If Jesus is the only begotten Son of the Father, then love is the only begotten Son of the Father. You are the only begotten Son of the Father. This was actually one of the things Jesus got arrested for, because he said the Father and I are one, and people got pissed off at that and said, you can't be around here. Our smorgasbord has to be perfect. You can only have certain things on the smorgasbord. You can't have that idea on the smorgasbord. So instead of taking what they wanted and leaving the rest, they said, no, you got to go. Right? But Jesus says the Father and I are one. Jesus said, love and I are one. You and I, so Jesus is, we would say a perfect example. I would say a very consistent example of perfect love. You and I, so we call him the Christ because he's the perfect reflection of this love within him. You and I, or at least I, am occasionally the Christ because I'm occasionally a perfect image of the best of what God, what love wants me to be. We might not be massively consistent, but we are examples of love, and we do have our shining moments. Greg giving up his license, Linda Austin every time she brings food to a potluck, Kate and Barbie at the fun event on Friday, everybody who showed up to make this church beautiful. These are all images, these are all energies and expressions of love. When we live out of our kindness, when we live out of our love and trust of love within us, we remember the essential unity. Fillmore writes, and he recommends this affirmation that you say and that I say, and I'd like to recommend this to you. The affirmation is, I am the Son of God, the Father and I are one. Now, I don't like that son-father thing. So I kind of change it. I am a child of the universe. Actually, I don't like the God word either, so, for the truth be told. Right, because it's too yucky, right? It's too like the big guy in the sky. So I've kind of changed it to, I am a child of the universe. Love and I are one. However you want to do this, but Fillmore, writing 150 years ago, I am the Son of God. You are the Son of God. The Father and I are one. I have run out of time, and I've got a bunch more, so I'll come back in 2 weeks and talk some more about what does it mean to be begotten, because it means to be conceived, which means to be thought. Conception has to do with thought, right? All right, so I want to, where's my closing? We'll just go to my closing. So as we approach this season of joy and music and good food, let's take up this challenge. Let's listen to these songs, not only the songs on the radio or on Spotify, but or live. Let's listen to the songs of our hearts and see how the songs within us echo the melodies of love. Whether it's a Christmas carol or a Louis Armstrong song or Bruce Springsteen belting out Santa Claus is Coming to Town, let's recognize that every song about love is a song about us. That love is transformational, that love is the only begotten child of the universe, and it finds its unique expression right here in each of us. Amen.
Oh, thank you, Sky. I love when we have messages about love that remind us that the truth of our being is that we are love. Unity of Kanawha Valley is a tithing church. This month, our tithe will be going to the Covenant House, which helps people who have housing issues. And so that is where 10% of all the offerings will go. I now invite Sally and the ushers to come forward for our offering blessing.
Thank you, Janet. Will you please look at your offering blessing in the God and say after me, divine love moving in and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, I trust God, and I am grateful. Go ahead. Next.
Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. See, it's getting late, please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you. Just wait and see. Yeah. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love Take a good look around. If you're feeling down, I hope that you decide kindness will be your guide. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Hey, put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Yeah. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Now, put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart.
Who needs mountain stage when we got this? I mean, come on. And it's already recorded. All we got to do is get some sponsors. We'll be all right. Please follow along with me again on the offering blessing. Divine love, moving in and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love. I trust God, and I am grateful. And during this holiday time, there are many of us here with different religious backgrounds, but we're all here for the same reason, love. And that's why unity is so special. We allow you to be who you are, to believe what you want. And as Sky says, leave the rest at the door. So we appreciate your offerings, and we look forward to celebrating with you over the next couple of weeks. So everybody have a wonderful day. Amen. And all is well. Oh, and will you please stand and make our circle so that we can sing and dance and have a good time for a few more minutes, and then we'll go eat.
Here we go. I know Karen Hopkins has a birthday. She had one a couple days ago. Anybody else have a birthday or anything? Mary Beth.
My daughter Rosa is 21 today.
Oh my goodness, Rosa is 21. Wow. Anything anybody else is celebrating? Okay, let's sing happy birthday to Rosa and Karen.